Good morning, good afternoon. In this video I'm going to show you how I took this truck and converted it to a camper. And this is a full conversion, not just a cap with a little mattress. This is just full bed, air conditioned, water. It makes its own electricity, has its own refrigeration. This thing is a full-blown camper, it even has a toilet. And I'm going to show y'all everything in here from the front to the back, the top to the bottom. Inside, outside, everything. Want to show y'all what's up with this, and it's pretty cool, and I hope you enjoy it. We'll start with door number one. Here we go, boom. All right here, what we have is a mini fridge on. So the rear seat of the truck has been removed, and I've made this platform carpeted in black marine carpet, and underneath is the batteries and wiring underneath the platform. Have this mini fridge on this side, which I can take you in there if you want to see. It's just a standard 12 volt mini fridge. Works really well. And like I said, we have the seat's been removed. The fridge is on this platform, so you have the batteries. You want to show underneath? The batteries and electrical is kind of underneath, or most of it. And then the refrigerator is here. And if you want to come, I guess, just over the fridge, there's a space back here. You want to turn it down with some fuses, and you can see. We'll bring in from the other way. All right, so here it is. We're going to open from the other side. From this side, it's the same platform here. Actually, underneath, this is just a tool kit that I carry. Well, ammo box with some tools in it. And underneath is the batteries, same as the other side, the batteries and the wiring. This is a ground here, where I've took grounds coming off of all the electrical to seat mount bolt, just to make sure breakers can trip, make sure that the truck frame is grounded and we don't energize that accidentally. And then this is a second level platform that covers some of the electronics, and it gives you a place to put groceries and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and bring you in from another angle. Okay, so here we are. This is the cover over the main electronics, which we'll get to in a minute. But what you can see here is this is a Noco Genius Gen 5. So this is a marine charger. It's a single bank marine charger, like an onboard charger. And the way it's set up is it's wired into the shore power side of my transfer switch, which I'm going to show y'all. But what it does is anytime that you plug the truck in, it has an RV cord, just like a standard RV. It has a cord. If it's plugged in, this will automatically kick on and start charging the batteries. And there's 3 100 amp hour lithium ion batteries underneath the platform. This is a solar charge controller, and it is there is a 100 watt solar panel on the roof of the camper shell behind the air condition, and this controls that. And then I have some of the 12 volt accessories are powered actually off of this. It charges the batteries, but I'll get to that and show you in a minute. Over here you can see these are some fuses for the water pump in the rear, and some of the other accessories like this in the rear. There's another one of these in the rear. This is a standard 12 volt cigarette type lighter, and that is where the refrigerator is plugged in. And like I said, there's another one of those in the rear. And we also have, the refrigerator is 12 volt, but it comes with a 120 volt converter, which you can plug in. You can plug the refrigerator in here if you used that other converter it comes with, or also you could plug in like what I thought would be good is a laptop, plug in a laptop on a road trip for the passenger. Obviously anything you want to plug in, but that comes off the inverter. So let me get this cover. Also, something I had forgotten to mention was this is also something I made because when I took the seat out, this whole back of the truck was just unfinished from this point down. All it had was this insulation behind the seat that was like a rubber covered insulation, and it just didn't look nice. So I covered it with this using some of the existing bolt holes and bought some bolts. So this is, and it also gave a place to mount some stuff too as well, and it kind of gives it a nice finished look. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the cover. It just sits in here around all the stuff, and show you what's underneath. Okay, so this is kind of the heart of her. The way this works is this is a 30 amp transfer switch, and all the power flows into this. This is where it starts. The 120 volt is what I'm talking about right now, not the 12 volt. Whether it's coming off of this is a 3000 watt pure sine wave inverter. So this feeds into this, and so does the shore power, the main power cord that I was talking about out of the back of the truck. It all starts and it feeds through this. And the point of this is so that you don't have to have, sometimes you'll see people will run two separate systems, right? So you'd have a receptacle for your inverter and a receptacle for the corded part or something like that, to where you have to move the appliances depending on what you're running off of. Well, this takes that out of the equation. You don't have to move any plugs or flip any switches or do anything. It's all automatic, and it works with a solenoid that just switches. So it automatically, if shore power is plugged in, it automatically stays on that, and if you unplug shore power, it'll automatically switch over to the inverter. And so basically what it is here's your main shore power coming into this, and here is the inverter coming into it, and this is the charger coming in, this charger, so that the charger is only going to charge when it's on the shore power side, and it's automatic. And then it comes out on this cable back here and goes over to this panel, so all your power comes in to your transfer switch from, regardless of what sources you use. This could be a generator or this or shore power. Comes through this, and then it goes into this. This is a 120 volt 30 amp marine panel, and then all the circuits branch out from there. So it feeds in here, goes into this panel, and branches out. I can run through those real quick. This thing's pretty cool. It's actually backlit. I don't know, you can probably see it a little bit. Those are backlit with 12 volts. So that's on all the time, those lights, which you could disconnect it if you didn't want to use the power, but I thought it was cool. And what you have here is your 30 amp main, 120 volt 30 amp main circuit here. This is the 15 amp circuit for the refrigerator receptacle that I had showed y'all back here, or the one that you could use for a laptop. This next one is for the air conditioner. There's a roof air on the top of this. That breaker is for that. This next one is the outlets, the receptacle at the back. It's a GFI receptacle with USBs at the back, and you can use that. You can flip the back window open and use it for like power tools or something, if you wanted to run some power tools off the back of your truck, or a fan or something if you're tailgating, whatever. Or right now currently the TV, there's a TV mounted back there I'm going to show y'all as well. That's plugged in there. This next one's really cool. This is a 30 amp single pole breaker, and it is a RV receptacle in the back. And the way that works is this truck is basically a giant rolling generator, electric generator, and you can plug a 30 amp RV directly into the receptacle in the back that I'll show you. During a power outage, you could just plug in the whole RV and power it off of these lithium-ion batteries in this 3000 watt inverter, so that's cool. Okay, moving on, I showed y'all this is the main inverter. This is a 600 amp main switch. So basically, this is the 12 volt side, right? This is the 12 volt coming in. This is the main switch that disconnects the batteries from the inverter. It flows through these cables that are stranded copper wire, 4/0 gauge. They're actually USA made. Really nice cables. I really like them. And then this is a 500 amp fuse under this cover. There for that. And so that's the inverter. This wiring here is just the ground going down and the remote cable that goes to the back. The wiring for this stuff is under this platform, and then like I showed you, it has a platform that goes over it to protect it, so you can just chuck stuff in here, not worry about tearing stuff up. But then some of the wiring also goes underneath the truck. There was some plugs, rubber plugs in the truck floor that I removed, so I didn't have to actually drill the truck for that, and on both sides. And the wiring goes underneath and goes up into the bed. Between the bed walls there's actually some more grommets that are mounted in there from the factory, so I actually didn't have to drill. I just had to investigate and find the rubber grommets and then fish the wires down. So the wiring, like I said, goes under the truck and back up into the bed. The only other thing, so this is the solar panel wiring coming in from the solar panel on the roof to this charge controller. This is the wiring going out to the batteries underneath to charge them. This is a 12-volt circuit coming off of here for the lighting in the bed area, and that's just a self-resetting circuit breaker, 12-volt self-resetting circuit breaker. I think it's 15 amp. Just added that in there for protection. That's a temperature sensor going down that reads the temperature in the battery area to just tells this thing what to do. And that's the one circuit. The other 12-volt circuits are in these. These are fuses, just in some like water piping. I just slid them in there, but these are I could actually show you all. Pretty cool little. It's just a fuse, and it just mounts up in that thing. And I just did it this way so that it would be up above the floor, and you wouldn't have to you know, search around underneath for it. You could do it with like a whole 12-volt fuse block. See if I can remember which ones this is. So this is front. So this fuse is actually for that. That fuse is for the one of these that is in the back. There's another one of these in the back in case you want to put a refrigerator in the back of the truck, or maybe you might want to run 2 fridges or just move this one, whatever. But it gives you options. So like I said, that's the rear fridge, front fridge, rear fridge, and then this is for the 12-volt diaphragm water pump that's in the back, and I'll show you all that too. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and show you all what these are. This is a area to plug in a little shower head, which we're about to show you. This is a standard RV freshwater fill port, and I'm going to go ahead and show you all how that works right now. So I'm going to show you all how to fill this. You just take a standard hose, undo the cap, and it actually has a vent here that has a screen and a separate hose that goes down to the tank to vent the air out as the water goes in and pushes the air out. So pretty simple. And then just put the cap back on and you're ready to go. It's that easy. Alright, I got this cool shower fitting that fits in. It's great for washing your hands. Has multiple settings, mist, jet, cone, soaker, different settings. Pretty cool. And so this is on, it's actually the lowest GPM pump, gallon per minute pump I could get. It's 1.2 or 1.4, and you just push that in and twist it. It's got a quick twist lock connection. It's pretty cool. And then the pump is a 12-volt pump, and it's automatic. It has a pressure sensor and automatically kicks on and off as you use the water. So I definitely like that. It's obviously getting a little bit of air out. That's mist. Jet actually goes a long way. So far I really like this. So it comes in nice for washing off your hands or your feet or whatever if you get your feet dirty. And you just push it in, twist it, it pops right out. A little quick connect and close the little door. It's that quick and easy. Up here on the roof is this 100-watt solar panel, and I used a Silcaflex, like a caulking, to glue it down, and it's also bolted down, and it's got like grommets in the perimeter. It's a flexible solar panel designed to mount on like an RV roof. So far so good with that. It's a 100-watt panel. That is an air conditioner. It's an RV roof air, but I actually took a window unit, the smallest window unit made. It's a 5,000 BTU window unit, and I converted it and mounted that in there. I have a whole video on nothing but that. That's been out on my channel on Numsky's Garage. It's called Window Unit to Roof Air Conversion on Numsky's Garage, if you want to see all about that. But that is great because it will run off of the inverter, no problem. It'll actually run off of a 1,000-watt inverter with a pure sine inverter, and it's more than enough to cool this small truck area. These are standard RV lights that would be like on, outside of a travel trailer near the door, typically mounted to the wall, so it's kind of on an angle to point down. I have one of those on each side, and I just mounted that with a switch I put right here at the back so that you could quickly, flip them on at night. It just has a switch right here at the back of the truck. And I guess I'll show y'all better when we show the interior tour, but here it is with it on. It's actually pretty bright. Okay, so here it is from the back. There's just some reflectics on the back window. There's Velcro around on the glass and on the reflectics, and I just put that on there. Might change that in the future to some kind of curtain or something, but for right now, these you can just pull them off and roll them up, and then there's a little storage area in there for them. Anyway, so that's that. You're looking at, that's the back of a TV. I've got a homemade mount out of 1/8" steel that's screwed into the frame of the camper shell, and it's hanging a TV, which I'll show you a little more in a bit. But this is actually it's called Bed Rug. It's made in USA from a USA company. And they have a couple different versions where you can just get for the bottom or also for the sides. You can see here. I just felt like it really dresses up the interior. So this is the kit with you can get just the bottom, or when you get the sides, it includes the tailgate piece as well. And what's really cool about it is it's more than just carpet. It also has like a poly, I believe it's polypropylene. It's like a foam backing, and it's all waterproof. And it has a foam backing, so if you're crawling in and out on your knees, it's padded. It's about, I don't know, 3/4 inch thick. It's real nice on your knees. This is, the bed frame is made out of cherry from a tree that's actually from the property here that I grew up on. I was building a new workshop, and during that construction process, I needed to take down a large tree. Well, when I dropped the large pine tree, it hit a cherry, damaged that. And so rather than just, throwing it away or whatever, I decided to make some stuff, and we have the whole workshop, and I was able to make it. And actually there's a whole video on that if you're interested in seeing on how this went from a tree. It's called Tree to Trim. It's on Numsky's Garage. You can check that out. Anyway, that's what this is. So it just slides out. And in here, this is the shower that I just showed you. This is some stuff for the porta potty, which we'll get to that, but apparently it helps break waste down and turn it more into liquid, and it keeps the smells down to where you can just pour liquid out of the toilet. I guess TMI, but air compressor, some spare bed sheets, a strap, a tire iron, some paper towels, a light, and then this is just an adapter for if you want to go from a standard 120 receptacle over to a 30 amp RV receptacle. It's just an adapter. On this side, I left a little cubby, and it goes back a ways. This is the main power cord that I told you about. So if you plug this in, boom, everything's up and running. It'll automatically switch over. So if you were running on the inverter driving down the road, pull up to the park, pop this in, boom, automatically switches over, batteries start charging, you're good to go. This is 10-3 copper cord, made in USA by Southwire. It's SOOW cord. Super flexible, really nice stuff. Typically I think in normal drop cords, extension cords, they use stuff with more of like a PVC jacket, which is, I guess it's a trade-off, right? It's probably a little more abrasive resistant, but it's nowhere near as flexible. This stuff just feels great, and it's just perfect for cramming up into this cubby, right? Because it's super flexible and it's still relatively tough. I like it. And then obviously this is just a 30 amp standard RV plug-in that I put on this SOOW cord. Over here is this comes off of that breaker panel I showed y'all inside. It's a standard 120 volt GFI, but it also has dual USB charging. So the reason I did it was obviously if you wanted to charge your phone, you could throw your phone up on this ledge or on the bed and charge it right here and still, be tailgating or whatever. Or if you wanted to plug in like a Bluetooth speaker, say, and prop it up and listen to music outside, you could be charging that Bluetooth speaker. What's plugged in right now is this is the TV Roku right here, and that's the actual TV that's plugged in, and the Roku's sitting right here. If you're in a park with Wi-Fi, obviously you could use the Wi-Fi to connect your Roku, or if not, you could hotspot off your phone. But if neither one of those are available, you could, this TV has a DVD player built in on the side, I believe, isn't it right there? Yes. Which seems kind of obsolete, but some parks, especially like in the Carolinas and stuff, you might not be able to get a phone signal except maybe in one little spot in the park or something, and where you can barely get a text off. So that's when DVDs come in handy. On this side of the exterior, this is the remote switch for the inverter. So you can just walk up here and hit the on button, boom, and that will turn on or off the inverter. And so the reason I wanted it here was I want to be able to walk up to the truck and just flip the cap open and flip the inverter on, and then plug something into the receptacle on the other side, like a power tool or something, and have that readily accessible. This is the 12 volt, not related to that. This is what I was talking about, which is good for plugging in the refrigerator, or obviously you could charge a laptop, anything. It's, you know, that runs off of a 12 volt cigarette lighter style receptacle. But I put it there primarily so that I could put either that refrigerator or one, you know, have two. I put another one here if needed. This is the RV receptacle that I was talking about. So this is, you know, it's odd, right? This is designed to power an RV. So during a power outage, that was the whole point of this, so that the truck is like a mobile generator power station, and during an outage you could plug in your 30 amp RV directly into here, flip this switch on, and boom, you've got, you know, a 3000 watt pure sine inverter and 300 amp hours of battery at your disposal. Yes, you could use that up quick, or you could use it sparingly. It would just depend, but no matter what, it would definitely be nice for a few hours during an outage. And this right here is the porta potty toilet, and it's just a standard porta potty type toilet with the pump flush. You just fill the water here, you fill this here, and it fills this top section with water, and then this you pull and it flushes it, and then it has a pull lever here to, well, I'm sorry, you pull this handle and it rinses it. You pull this handle and it flushes it. It stores the waste in the bottom, and it has a quick fold out thing that you open up and pour out the waste. Could definitely come in handy. Kind of the whole idea with this camper was, and I'm going to get in obviously and show you all the other stuff, but kind of the whole idea of it was to, if you were, say, sleeping in a parking lot or a parking deck, or be able to wake up and you know, brush your teeth, use the bathroom, eat something quick, and get right back on the road without, I guess my point is, you could be on the down low, or you could be a little bit discreet if you decided to, because the comfortable way to do this truck camping would be to put a large canopy, a typical like beach canopy, and slide it up to the back, and then have a small portable table with your grill on it. And that's kind of the way to do this, right? And then you have like your cooking out here, a little area with a rug. But if that's not how you're doing it at the time, if you're wanting to be discreet in like a parking lot or something, that was kind of what I wanted it to have. That was the point of the toilet. Because obviously, if you're at a nice campground with a bathroom, you would just use that. But that was kind of the point of the toilet and the sink, to have the ability to wake up, you know, brush your teeth, use the bathroom, eat a little breakfast, and step out one time, jump in the cab, and leave. Not be all out everywhere like you would be at a campground. Okay, I want to show you all the interior of this RV, but the very first thing I got to do is get this air condition turned on, because we are in Florida, and I can assure you, air condition in a truck camper in Florida is essential. That's how you do. You slide this filter back, and the controls are up in here. And I'm just going to put this on to high cool. And that's it. Okay, that just slides over. I have a whole video on this roof air, how I made it and everything. It's a 5,000 BTU window air conditioner conversion, and you can find that on Numsky's Garage. But basically, these are the big homemade mounting plates to reinforce their giant steel homemade washers, and the air blows out here, sucks in through this filter. The controls are up in there. But if you're interested in that roof air, you can see that whole video on just that. This is just it from a laying down position. That's actually that air conditioning video on the TV right there, and it's got that Reflectix on the windows. I don't have it on the side windows right now, but you can see the Velcro. That's and I store them. I have a little storage cubby I'll show you, but they just roll out over the windows. I might switch that to some drapes or something in the future, but for now we'll rock that. I just have the front, the front and the rear window covered right now. But I guess let's so you've seen the TV, and I've kind of told you about that. That's just the Roku sitting over on the ledge, and it's on a custom mount back here. A homemade mount to hold it to the shell. This is the solar coming in off the roof here, and then it goes in behind these panels I made that kind of hides all the wiring. So that's it coming down from the roof and going in. I've already showed you all that. This is a light, a dimmable light that you can actually change the color and dim it, and that's on a switch down here. All the bed frame is made from that cherry that I had told y'all about, and like I said, there's a whole video on that as well, tree to trim, on Numsky's Garage, showing how I made this cherry trim from a tree on the property. These switches down here, they're just standard marine switches, and a voltage gauge and a USB plug, so you can charge your phone. It's two USB plugs here, and this first switch is these lights. This is you can change the colors, and then it has a dimmer built into it, and it's just on the switch down here, so you can just kill it on and off here or up there. And there's one on this side as well. They're on a switch together, but they have their own switch as well built on them, so you could use that as like a reading light on the bed or whatever. You got the drawer that I showed you from the outside, that goes to here, and then the switches, and then there's a wall here to protect all that. But this is a cubby here that's some more of that Reflectix stored in there for the windows, and then up there is a whole nother cubby up here that has jumper cables and more of the Reflectix and some road tools. So all the space under the bed is utilized, and I've kept it as low as possible. By the bottom of the mattress is basically sitting. I literally used 3/4 plywood and had to go around it. So the bottom of the mattress is sitting on the top of the fender like this. That's on the other side. That fender right there. So point being, I made the mattress as low as I could get it. All right, over here that's that shower. That's it from the inside, the shower and the filler port there. That's the filler there, and that's the vent for the filler, and then that's the feed line for the shower. Down under here is that receptacle is for the air conditioner, so it has its own circuit, and that comes up here through this cord to the air condition. You could also charge your phone or something and put your phone in this little cubby or whatever and charge it off of there if you wanted. It's got a sink here just for brushing your teeth, wash your hands, whatever, maybe do a little dishes. Works off of that same pump as the shower, and that's it, full. And this is like what they sell as a freshwater drinking faucet. Some fancy homes might have it on the corner of the sink for filling cups. And I can show y'all underneath. this carpeted front of the sink. I can show you how all this works in here. So that front panel on this sink cabinet is removable, and what we have here is a 9-gallon freshwater tank, USA made. This is the vent that goes out to the filler area. That's the vent. This is where the water comes into the tank, the filler. And this is where the pump pulls its water from. It has a suction side and it pushes water out the other side. It's a diaphragm pump. It draws about 4 amps, and it's about 1.2 or 1.4 gallons per minute. And it just sucks the water from this side. It comes out, it tees off here, goes out to the shower there, and goes up to this the little faucet on the sink above. This is the drain, and I actually can probably see the water come through the drain, through the drain pipe. That actually just goes, I drilled a hole. That's the only hole I drilled in the truck. All the other wiring came through grommets, but that I drilled a hole, and that goes out onto the ground. I just thought if you're in a place where that might be a problem, then you could do one of several things. You could pull this up and put it into a bucket in here. So you could do, if you're in an area where you didn't want the water dripping onto the ground in front of people, you could put a bucket underneath the truck and catch it, and then dispose of it at a later time. Or obviously you could add a tank in here and put it in, but for me, this is fine. Just let it go out. I didn't want to catch it. And the little black box back there that's just some electrical wiring for the pump, and some of the wiring that goes back to the back of the truck in that box. And I just mounted the sink with this angle, mounted it to this. This is the other piece that I had added to cover the wiring, so that went in first, obviously, and then this. So I just wanted to show this little marker light a little better. This is right here at the tailgate, right there, and it like a 12-volt landscape lighting. It's blue, and I just thought it'd be perfect for just if you wanted a dim light just to see for crawling in and out of here at night. And I've got the sheet pulled back a little better. We can see kind of the side better. The switches and the cubbies and everything.
Please remember to like and subscribe, leave your comments, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.